Everything you've been taught about success in this modern era is completely wrong. So a lot of you will see success as something that can be done quickly, something that can be done online, and a lot of people will be teaching you, if you give it 6 months, you will be successful. If you just lock in for a year, it's so easy. Once you actually lock in, it's easy. Because they want you to take action and go and buy their course. Okay, we all know this now. It's kind of common knowledge. We all understand it and know it. The one thing I don't think a lot of you guys do understand, and it's not until kind of my age that you kind of figure this out, is how old the average age of success is. Now, a common statistic that everyone knows is that the average age of entrepreneurial success is around about 45 to 47 when they founded the business, when they started it. And it's kind of one of those numbers that just goes over your head. You don't really think about it. You hear it, you might search 1 or 2 people, and then it just disappears. But it's not until you dig into the deep domains of some of the biggest companies in the world and actually figure out what's really going on in an industry that I'm in, for example, like hospitality, because a lot of you guys believe that you might be 19 right now and you go, by 25, I'll be a millionaire. By 30, I'll be a billionaire. By 30, I'm sorry to tell a lot of you guys, but it won't happen. You know that Brad Pitt speech from Fight Club?
We've all been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't. We're slowly learning that fact. And we're very, very pissed off.
That is happening to you guys right now. You all got told by rich kids with PDFs, and there's a lot of them. Believe me, you do your research out of every guru in the industry. Just a rich kid, just grew up with millions, billions even, and they've always had it. I mean, they grow up in places like Chelsea, go to the most expensive private school in the UK, and then say, I grew up with nothing and I can teach you how to do it. Even though when you check their books, their financial books, they didn't do it and admitted on a podcast that they didn't do it and asked for that podcast to be taken down. Be my guest in predicting who that was. But it's everywhere. And you guys are being tricked into it and you're being told you can be a multi-millionaire by 23. But here's the thing, that 23-year-old is the son of a multi-millionaire who died. And then they tell you, you can do it too. And it's like, this is very misleading, and it's going to lead to a scenario where a lot of you are 29 years old, completely broke, and going, ooh, I think I was duped. What do I do? I've got a 10-year gap in my CV, and it says trying to become top G, alpha male, sigma male, lone wolf. I'm not sure that's gonna go too well when I sit in front of an employer and say I'd like to get a job in HR or accounts or finance or whatever. I think they're gonna go, no worries, pal, get the fuck out of my office. Thanks for coming though. And I'm worried about a lot of you guys because I don't think you understand how the world really works. And I'll break it down for you. I'll do 2 scenarios, but one that's more fun to begin with. Last night, I took the night off. I actually took half the day off. I got tired. I've been working like crazy lately. And it's okay to do, guys, okay? It's okay to sit in front of the TV and watch something. And the new Mourinho documentary was out.
When I walk from the dressing room to the pitch, is the last moment where I think about the people that I love. After that,
and I was like, I want to watch it. I've wanted to watch it since it first got announced. I wanted to see it. It's really good, actually. Right, free school community and paid school community in the links and in the pinned comment. It's your journey to stop going from consuming content to actually taking action in your own life. I take you from the free education community into O&M work, which is paid, which gets you going in life, and then into lifestyle. So first of all, you educate yourself, then you get to work, then you live the lifestyle, you live the dream lifestyle. It's all been mapped out. It's the male advantage journey. Straight back to the video. I didn't actually realize how successful he was at every club he goes to. He might be the GOAT. It's actually ridiculous. And it's because he always ends on a low. He never leaves on a high. He always ends on a low. He only left on one high, which was at Inter Milan. But everywhere else he leaves on a low, so people give him shit. But in reality, he won everything, did everything he said he was going to do. But I'm sat there and I'm as insecure as you lot, okay? I've got the same fucking insecurities as everybody, where you go, I wonder how old Mourinho was when he blah, 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 blah. Right? We all do it. It's like, I think I'll be fucking 80 years old going, that guy was 88 when he started his first whatever. I think we'll all do it forever. It's just a comparison that we use is age, finances, and all this shit, right? Try not to. I really do. But it's intriguing to me. So I'm seeing Mourinho talk about him getting older and he's got a family and kids and whatnot. And he goes, and then I got the job at Porto. And I'm like, wait, what? So it turns out he was an assistant coach and a translator for like the first 10 years of his career. And he's just running around. He said he's driving around Spain. And look, I've done that. I've driven around Spain, all around Spain. It's fucking horrible. There's like they call it the donut country because everything's here and there's Madrid in the middle, but in between there's nothing. So you end up driving for like 8 hours and finding absolutely nothing, maybe like 4 or 5 hours to be honest. And he's lonely, and he said he would do that till like 3 a.m, get back, get up the next day for training. He was on a shitty wage. Do you know what I mean? He was just making average money and whatnot. Life wasn't really going anywhere. And I searched it. I was like, when did he get the Porto job? Okay, so this is Porto. It's a big team in Portugal, probably the first or second biggest team, probably second behind Benfica. And I mean, you got Sporting as well, but I'd say they're probably second, Porto. And I was like, when did he take that job? So he was 38 years old. Okay, 38 years old. Like, I'm 33. A lot of you call me Unk. You think I'm old as fuck. And then I realized I'm like, wow, I'm so far ahead. I'm so far ahead, it's ridiculous. Mourinho was 38 years old when he even got the Portugal job, or the Porto job. And the salary, I think, was 650,000 euros per year. Very good money. Like, incredible money. But he's 38 years old and he's just got that. Minus taxes, living costs, whatever. This guy is going to be 38 years old with a net worth of like 500,000. Pretty modest, pretty normal amount of money. And then it starts to evolve, it starts to snowball. So he does 2 years there, 3 years there, and at 41 years old, so 3 years, he wins the Champions League. So winning the Champions League is probably the biggest prize you can have in football. Yeah, it probably is, along with the World Cup maybe, but like in club football, it's probably the Champions League. If you can do a treble or something amazing, it's probably the Champions League. So he wins that against all odds with a small team, like a team that should not win it. And then his career takes off, so then he flies over to London, goes and joins Chelsea. They put him on 6 million per year. So suddenly, overnight, his net worth has gone from, over the years, probably 1 million. He probably had 1 million net worth by the time he ended those 3 years. There was probably some bonuses in there. €1 million net worth, something like that, £1 million. Joins Chelsea, gets a £6 million wage per year. And with the bonuses and whatever, it's probably a little bit higher. Then he got some features in ads, and he was doing like Nescafe ads and stuff like that. He was doing these coffee commercials and commercials for other companies and bank companies and whatever. So he probably got like a net worth at 42 years old after he won the league in his first season, I think, of 10 million. So he's gone from 500,000 to 10 million in the space of from 38 to about 42, so 4 years. That's how quickly it can change. And that's why I always tell you guys, like I did in the previous video, the aggregation and marginal age. So the aggregation and marginal gains was this process that Team Sky came up with, which is, we can't just say, how do we become quicker than the other team, but we can sleep 1% better than them. The ride comfort of the saddle can be 1% better. The aerodynamics can be 1% better. The weight of the bike can be 1% better. The weight of the riders can be 1% better. The output of the riders, power-wise, can be 1% better. You add all of that up and it gets to a percentage where you go, wow, we're like 65% better because of every area that we've improved in. And I call it the aggregation and marginal age, where you as a human just gets better every year. You stop making mistakes. You learn from what you did prior. You just get better and better and better. And you just learn from all these issues that you had. You grow skills. Growing skills is a real thing. People don't talk about this enough, but having real world skills, like, I know more about business today and I am more accomplished as a man by probably 50x than I was 2.5 years ago or 2 years ago when this launched. So this brand, Onem, as a members club, is about 2 years old roughly today, last week, whatever. That's when we did the launch party initially. I'm like a different human being. The things I know, the things I've done now, the things I've had to do and organize, and the traveling of the world that we've done and the organization, the fact I've lived in London between that, lived here, the Barcelona VIP seats, learning Spanish and stuff. It's just like, I'm just like a different human being. I went from a single guy to being I'm nearly in this relationship a year now, which is crazy. Let me check the date actually. Okay. The missus isn't going to kill me. I thought it was an anniversary day. It's tomorrow. But yeah, like going through all of that and who you become as a man and how you calm down and how you analyze things a little bit better, you become better with money and decision making, etc. And that compounds all the stuff that you did, all the mistakes that you made in your teens and 20s, and it starts to compound and you start to get better and better and better. And like Jose Mourinho, by 38, he was like, I got this now. I've learned my trade. I've learned under Bobby Robson. I've learned under some of the best players in the world, Ronaldo, the old Ronaldo, Pep Guardiola, Figo. He's played with some of the top players. He's played with top coaches. Van Gaal he managed under, and he gets all this experience and then does it himself. And then it takes him 3 years to build a good enough team to win the Champions League. And then after that, bang, ready for the big job at Chelsea, beats Sir Alex Ferguson, net worth 10 million overnight, generational money. Gone from 500k where it's like, you could buy a nice house on the beach in Portugal. It'll be okay. You'll run out of money by the time you're like 50. Or, bang, 10 million net worth living in Chelsea. Do you see what I mean? Like, it's how quick it happens. So some of you guys will be saying, but what about all these kids online that are making millions at like 21? Well, they've all done it the same way. Let's just be honest. Like, 90% of them are rich kids. Like, don't even listen to them. Don't even listen to what they say. It's just pointless. It's like saying to Bruno Mars, how do you become super famous and rich, Bruno? Oh, you just get born with this God-given talent that nobody else has, and then it just all comes together, really. Ask Beyonce, she'll tell you the same thing. It's like, nice, appreciate it, man. You can't ask Messi how to become a top footballer. He's going to be like, just do what I do. You're like, nobody else can. It's just you, mate. It's you and Maradona. Like, there's not many people that can do what you do. Okay, like, so it's not replicable. So if there's a rich kid telling you to buy his PDF and stuff, it's not replicable. You're not going to be able to do it. So what about the few kids that have done it from things like trading? And there's not many of them. Most of them are lying, but most of them just buy a nice Ferrari or something, lease it, and then they, I'm making a video on this soon that I don't want a supercar because I think you guys get too carried away with the supercar shit. You get too flashed up. This house is worth more than any supercar apart from like 2 on the market, which is funny to me. And then also, people don't buy supercars, they lease them. So if I wanted to get a McLaren 720S right now, it's about 3k per month, £3,000 per month. That sofa was like 1.8. The sun loungers I have outside and the pool heater and the work to install the pool heater. So on Friday, I've got some guys coming in. They cancelled today, which is part of business. I'm doing a series on this. They're costing €600. So between them, the pool team, the plumbers that are going to have to do the work on that, and then the electricity bill that gets added to it, the sun loungers that are out there, probably the hot tub and the sauna that we'll add, you're probably talking like 10k of money that's gone into that. That's for 3 months I could have driven around in a, let's say I put a 1k deposit down and whatnot and filled it with fuel. But for 3 months I could have driven around in a McLaren 720S, all black Batman style. And you guys would have gone, oh my God, Chris, oh my God, you're amazing. And it's just like, guys, do you know how cheap it is to do these things? Do not be impressed by a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. It's so cheap now. Like, you can do it so easily. Like, I could lease one tomorrow like that. It's just I've got better things to put my money into. I'm looking at a place in London that is going to cost 16k per month. More like 22 when you got business rates and staff in there. More like 23, to be honest, maybe more. And so let's call it 25, because by the time you restock coffees and whatever, 25k per month. Now 25k per month is a Bugatti. So I could drive around in a Bugatti and you guys would be going, Chris is the best ever. Yeah, but just me. This is my point that I'm trying to communicate to you guys. It would just be me who would be the best ever. I'd be the one getting all the attention. I'd be the one getting all the views. I'm in a relationship, but I'm just saying I'm the one who would be getting the looks off the women and stuff like that. Whereas if I put it into a venue for you guys benefit, but nobody sees that. Everyone just sees the flash of stuff. And it's a bit silly. So you see all these young guys, you see them buying all these cars and, and making money by 22, 23 years old. You've got to do some maths on this shit. So there's guys out there that I know personally in the industry that will say, I do 100 grand a month. They don't, okay? They did $100,000 once. Not exactly $100,000. They did close to and then lied and upped it a little bit. So they'll do like 70k in a month. They'll then extend it a little bit more, overestimate it and go roughly like 100k last month. And then it's dollars. So let's punch that down to 75. They lied because it was actually more like 80, which is still an amazing amount of money. But let's bring that down now to like 60. So they did 60K in real money, pounds, once. And then the month after that, they did 20. The month after that, they did 5. They've not really made any money since. They're struggling for sales. So all in all, they did like 110 grand for the year. Okay, a normal amount. Like a doctor's wage, a normal kind of wage, like a normal 9-to-5 job after 20 years of experience's wage. However, theirs isn't repeatable. So the richest people I know are people who had 9-to-5 jobs paying them 100, 200, 300 grand a year, but did that for like 20, 30 years, made smart investments, and then grew all of that because they have a stable foundation and a stable base. A lot of you guys are like getting really impressed that like some of these streamers have made so much money this generational, same with some YouTubers and whatnot, same with like some big content creators, but there's like 10 people that have done that. It's not replicable for you. And also on top of that, 90% of them have gone to prison. So whatever they were doing was illegal. Okay, like 90% of the people that are in this industry that were making crazy money are now either in prison, being investigated, or on an FCA warning list. So I wouldn't take advice from them. I'd be worried about their strategy of how they did it. A lot of them are doing Ponzi schemes where Grant Cardone style, where he takes money, this has been proven, he takes money from an investor, and then the valuation of the company's gone up, so he takes money from that other investor, which is more, pays that investor off, and then gets another one to pay that investor off and has a higher valuation, and then goes to the bank and says, look at my valuation, look how many properties we have, can I borrow against it, can I whatever. It's just never, none of it's real. It's a house of cards. It's using other people's money. They always say OPM like it's a good thing, but it's a Ponzi scheme. It's not, none of it's real. And yeah, the whole system is fucked. So when you see these young kids that are like, yeah, I've got all this success, I've done this, I've done that. No, you've just had a good month. You might have had 2, you might have had a good year. You might have put 200K in the bank, 300K in the bank. Doesn't mean you're a baller. Doesn't mean you have any real money. Doesn't mean you can flex it yet. Because there's a doctor out there who's making 150K a year, but he's doing that every year for 20, 30 years. That's completely different. Like, yeah, you've had success for a year, maybe 2, but now you've fallen off. Just look at my YouTube channel. That's why I never really gave a shit. When you guys used to say to me, you should have more followers, I was like, it doesn't matter. End of the day, what matters is business, money, everything that comes with it, building legacy, building something concrete. Because one moment, oh my God, you're skyrocketing, you're gaining views. Next minute, the industry is too saturated, blah, blah, blah. And that's what's going to happen to you guys. There's every young kid now. So I know a lot of school teachers, and they'll say every young kid now is like, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a streamer. I want to play video games for a career. Great. Okay. That's not a problem. But it's the same as football. When I was growing up, everyone wanted to be a footballer, and everyone wanted to be a winger and a striker and a midfielder. Nobody wanted to be a left back. Now, if you had decided to be a left back, it would have maximized your chances. And I'm saying this to you guys, is like, if you all try and sell a course, or you all try and become traders, or you all whatever, it's probably not going to work because there's just too many of you. If you're all buying the same course, it's probably not going to work. Think about it. Switch your brain on. If you've all bought the same course off the same guy who didn't get those results, but let's just say Magical Mystical Land, he did get those results and he's passing them on to you. Number one, like, blows my mind. Why would he pass them on to you? Because if you asked me, which somebody has, Chris, how do I build a members club? I'm going to give you all the wrong answers because I think, fuck off. Why would I help you out? Like, why would I go through all that shit for years and then help you out and get you like, oh, do you know what you should do? Like, what, am I stupid? So that's when people are giving all their information away for free, you're like, you know, oh, he's paying, all I got to pay is $2,000 and he gives everything away. It's like, nah. If what, in a competing industry that he's in? No way. No fucking way. Because I'm telling you now, if you ask me, Chris, I'll give you 10K, 20K, 100K to tell me how to run your members club so we can do the same thing, fuck off. No way is it worth that to me. I'd be like, get fucked. I mean, no way am I giving you that advantage on me. So let's just say in a mystical land, he does want to help. He's just the Dalai Lama and he did get those results. There's still like 20, 30,000 of you entering the industry at the same stage, trying to compete for the same clients. And people say have an abundance mindset. There's a limited number of clients with a limited number of cash to spend with marketing budgets. And if he was as good as he says he is, they would have gone with him. So then with the people that are left out of the 20,000 that bought the course, you have to be like top 10 to even get paid. because it's the same in any industry, and everybody underneath that is pretty average. It's really hard, is what I'm trying to tell you. It's really difficult. So anybody that you see who's made killer money, especially the crypto guys who go, oh, I made 100K. Like, I made 100K off crypto off Solana. You can check back on my YouTube channel in the creator post, in the post thing. I was talking about this like 5-6 years ago before anybody knew what it was, and it popped off about a year and a half after that. So there we go. I don't claim that I make 100 grand a month off crypto. I could. Now, I made 500K in a month off Onem when we launched it. I don't tell people I make 500K a month. Okay, because it goes down, it settles. That's just the launch, but this is what people do. So you get tricked by a lot of these young people. So you've got this delusion of success that you will be 21 years old and mega rich. You will be 25 years old making $1 million a year. It's possible. Anybody can do it. If you just lock in, bro, for 6 months, it's all mindset. Yeah, it's all bollocks. It's all bollocks. Because if you actually look at real business, I'll bring up a list for you now while I read it off my phone, because I'm good, guys, but I'm not that good. Right. So I'm going to go through all this for you guys. Right. So this is what success really looks like. So pick my industry, hospitality, which is the members club and owning buildings, real estate and whatnot. Takes ages. Takes a long, long time. It's a slow building game. You put most of the money back in. There's a lot of big companies that still haven't turned a profit yet. Obviously still get paid off shares and refinancing and whatever. It's pretty easy to do. It's better to own the equity. But for example, me, first property or first resort, you could call this, which is what I see it as. It's the first mini hotel. It's a boutique hotel. 31 years old, making the purchase. 31 years old, okay? So how do I rank against some of the biggest people in the world? I mean, I'm talking like Ritz-Carlton. So the Caesar Ritz was 48 years old when he bought his first location, and his co-founder was 44. Conrad Hilton was 31, same age as me, okay? The guy who now owns Amman Resorts was 31 when he made his first investment into a property. He now owns it because he bought it off somebody else, but he was 31 when he got it. The founder of Soho House, 31 when he got his first property. And the guy who owns Amman Resorts, originally the founder who actually built it, was like 49 years old, 54 years old, something like that. He was crazy old. He's still alive today. Zeka or something his name is. He's just started another hotel at 94. But he was old. Like, he was I think he might have been in his 50s, which is pretty crazy because today it's the biggest company in that space in the world. And then you got the Sheraton. The co-founder was 41 and the founder was 40, the main founder. Vinci, I love Vinci hotels. I think they're great. They're everywhere. There's one at the top of the mountain here. And there's one in the center as well. Super cheap if you want to stay here. Early 60s, you've got Marriott, 56 years old. Hyatt, 34. Holiday Inn, 39. Accor, 33 and 35. Guys, it's ridiculous. I would say that the average age on there is like 45 years old or something like that, like 44 years old, which actually ties in with the 45 to 47 average age of a founder. And you guys will say, but Chris, I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait to be that old. I want to be successful while I'm young. You don't really have a say in it. You don't really have a say in it. Yeah, but the guy who wears purple blouses, ballerina shoes, and fucks men told me that I could be successful young. Yeah, no, like, don't listen to him or any of his gay friends, right? Like, none of this shit is real. They're just trying to sell you a course. And now they're going to prison for fucking kids, which everyone knew about. And I tried to tell the whole industry, but nobody wants to listen, but never mind. Tried to warn all of you, but you all, I know best. Chris, I'm 19, I know better than you, even though you're in your 30s. Like, it's just, guys, from now on, respect your elders. Like, I do. Like, I've told you guys for years, like, when you're learning about business, learn from the older guys. Learn from the guys who are 70, 80, 90 years old who did it pre-internet. Just study these people. They know a little bit more. Like, as the years went on, I was like, yeah, fair enough. My dad knows best. Like, if my dad said, you take a coat, you'll be cold, I'll be fine. I ended up needing a coat. People just have experience. They just know shit more than you know it, okay? Just, like, show some respect. And now here's the thing. I want to be successful by 24, Chris. I don't want to be a brokey. I want to be driving a Lambo in Dubai. Yeah, okay, it won't make you happy, number one, because all this shit is just kind of dead and pointless. It's never as good as you think it's going to be. Number two, you're talking about a straight line system when nothing goes wrong. You're talking about a straight line system where business is linear. Business isn't like this. People think it's first year I'll do 50K, then we're expected to do 500,000, then we're expected to do 5 million, then I'll go for 50. Yeah, it doesn't work like that because the world doesn't work like that. Like, who had a successful business, let's say in the hotel space, and was crushing it, and then COVID hit and they went, oh fuck, what am I going to do? Nobody can travel. Like, who started a new airline, put 50 million into it and was like, we're going to explode, we're going to be massive. And then COVID hit and they went, shit, we got 2 years, 3 years here when nobody's going to be flying. What are we going to do? We're financially fucked. We're going to have to take a giant loan. You don't know what's going to pop up, which is why it takes most people to their like 40s to gain any traction. That's why it takes so long. Like, I'm here learning on the job every day. I'll tell you some truth right now if you're still interested in still watching. I want to get that place in London for 25 grand a month. I want to pull the trigger on it right now. And I've spoken to some people and they're like, don't do it. Don't do it. And I'm like, why not? And they go, because your audience will let you down. They don't have the cash. They do not have 4 or 5 grand a year to spend on a members club. And I'm like, yeah, I know, you're right. Like, nobody does. Like the average person in the UK, this is just statistics, I'm not attacking anybody. The average person in the UK has less than £1,000 in their account right now. There's like less than 70% of people have £1,000 in savings. We've done the data, we've done the maths on this before when I worked in finance. A guy called Justin Jenk paid for the data. It was less than 70% of people have like £1,000 in savings. The data is completely skewed by a few millionaires. Nobody has any cash. Even in Switzerland, where people are absolute ballers, they're only saving £1,000 per month on average. It's like 1.4 or something like that, which is amazing. But even them, they're ballers. They get paid 13 times per year. They get Christmas bonuses on top of that. They get 4 or 5 grand a month just for working in a bar. Like, that's exceptional circumstances, and even they only save 1.4 per month. The average person does not have the money. So I want to pull the trigger, and it's annoying me. But if nobody joins, and in 2-3 years' time, I've been paying like 25k per month plus on normal bills, I could potentially go broke and have nothing left. And people would laugh and whatever, and you go, oh yeah, lesson learned. But it's like, why would I do that? Why would I take that risk? And people have talked me out of it and said, don't do it, man. Like, these guys don't have the cash, they will let you down. And these are the sort of things that you learn from. But here's the point I'm making, pisses me off. Because I want to go quick. Like, I sat in the garage 4 years ago, and I told you guys I was going to be in this position, I was going to be mega successful. I did it. A lot of you didn't catch up. So what do I have to do? I now have to sit for the world to catch up with me and understand what we're doing. You still got people calling this 1M House International. People still don't know what the fuck is going on. If I could just transfer my consciousness to you guys, we'd have 1 million people signing up tomorrow. It's just having to communicate that to people and go, don't buy that PDF of that guy. Trust me, do not buy it. Chris, I went and bought it. You were right. It was just AI slop. Yeah, no, okay. I can't get a refund and now I don't have enough money to join O&M. Sorry, man. Like, this is the situations you got to deal with. So I'm sat there going, fuck, okay, like the average person is completely broke. The average person doesn't understand what we're doing, no matter how much we communicate this every single year. I want to grow and expand and go into London because we have members, friends joining all the time, and we have renewals and stuff like that. So there's a ton of money coming in, but I want to grow quicker. I want to expand. I want to chuck more money into this. I'm just being told, hey, your audience isn't ready for this. So I have to slow down. I have to hold horses. So I might have to wait until I'm like 35 years old to execute on that plan. And then people go, why did it take so long to be? Because you have no control over this shit. You can work as hard as you want. It doesn't matter if the audience isn't ready, we've just had the lowest trust 5 years in history of the internet. We've had more scammers than anything. We've had more course sellers than anything. People have got less faith in creators than ever. In influencers and all this shit. Nobody trusts anything. Nobody thinks anything is real. Everything became a scam and whatnot. Straight off the back of COVID. And it's like, yeah, people have got no money. People are rebuilding. People took loans. It's probably the hardest time to ever push a brand forwards in the last 50 years. And we're just in a situation where you go, so what do? You just kind of show consistency for a few years. This is why it takes a long time. This is why it takes forever. Like, this is what people don't tell you. Like, if you've got, and people will still go in the comments and go, Chris, you're wrong, because I'm right, because Hilton, Marriott, Sheraton, Soho House, Amman Resorts, I'm going to, Conrad Hilton, you're talking about some of the biggest companies in the history of business. You're talking about multi-billionaires. You're talking about global brands that have enough property equity that outweighs what most countries could put together financially. Like, I think they know. I think those guys doing it at the speed that they did at makes more sense, because you almost have to go and get a 9-to-5 job first. You almost have to gain this experience. You almost have to fuck up a few times, learn, realize you can't go at 100 miles per hour, slow it all down, and then it becomes the aggregation and marginal age where you have the skills, the money, everything, people are believing in the idea, and you have the audience base, and it starts to skyrocket, and people go, overnight success, and you're like, yeah, I know it appears that way, but for the last 9 years, I've been punching the fucking wall because I'm impatient, and this is what I've wanted to do for ages. I'll tell you a story of Netflix. Like, they said to Netflix, when Netflix first came out, Netflix were like, we're going to stream. And people were like, what the fuck is streaming? So you're going to watch movies online? Nah. Sounds like I could get hacked. Sounds dodgy. Don't trust it, mate. You know how people are. So they went, okay, nobody understands what the fuck we're talking about. Let's just sell DVDs through the post. Like Blockbuster. Exactly, but we'll post them to you. Brilliant. Because currently I have to go to Blockbuster and go and get the DVDs myself. So you're going to save me a travel journey. Yeah, that would do, mate. Brilliant. I'm signing up. And then about 10 years down the line, they bring out streaming and people go, revolutionary new idea. It's not new. They thought of this ages ago. Mark Cuban was streaming on his website the Victoria's Secret fashion show in, the 90s, I think. And he sold the company for billions, which I think is why Reed Hastings was like, okay, this is the next big thing. Not Reed Hastings, sorry, I can't remember his name now, Reed somebody. But this is why, I think Reed Hastings was LinkedIn. But this is why he was like, okay, let's go. Let's push this. Let's push the streaming stuff. Nobody got it. Nobody understood what it was. What, I consume a movie in my house, why wouldn't I just go to the cinema? That's the mindset of people. So Netflix was Netflix 10 years earlier. It's just you guys didn't hear about Netflix and chill until 10 years later because the audience wasn't ready. The world wasn't ready. They had to give everyone DVDs, and then they said, hey, how about you just sit at home and you don't even have to post a DVD. You have unlimited content. Yeah, I'd sign up for that. That sounds good. You coach people into it, and then before you know, boom, the whole world just joined and you're worth billions and whatnot. But now you're probably in your 50s and 60s. And do you see my point? Like, you're probably building wealth for your sons and daughters. It just takes ages because everyone goes, oh, you can make quick money online. Yeah, but guys, let me just lay out some names. Luke Belmar, grandfather, worth 100 million, went to prison because he was stealing money from a charity. The Argentinian-German connection seems very dodgy, but it's a conspiracy theory. I can't go into it, but anybody who knows about Colonial Dignidad can have a little look. You've got Tate going to prison. Go back. Belmar, FCA warning list for his crypto. They listed him for a while. They were worried about him. You got Tate, who's going to prison for fucking kids and trafficking, which, seems concrete now. You got Imran Gadzi, who grew up rich as fuck, went to, the richest school in the UK and had lived in Chelsea. You can't do that for cheap. You've got the Anua brothers that went to prison for drugs. Wes Watson's currently in prison for drugs. There's like 4 or 5 other guys I don't know the name of, but they're currently in prison. One guy was claiming he was a billionaire. You might be able to fill in the gap. He's fucked now. Went to prison because he faked the whole thing. It was a hedge fund. He faked it. Grant Cardone is currently being investigated because he was running a Ponzi scheme. Ty Lopez, proven to be running a Ponzi scheme, has to pay all the money back slowly. Like, it's bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's bad. Like, when you actually, and I'm probably missing so many people off this list, but it's bad. It's one after the other. It's like, no matter who it is, every single person. So when you tell me, oh, Chris, it can be done, it's like, yeah, but they all end up in prison 5 years later. Yeah, but Chris, but like I said, they're all in prison now. So what do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to do? Do you want to follow that strategy and then be in prison in 5 years' time? Do you want to follow that strategy and then turn out that, oh, actually, he was born with 10 million in the bank? Because that's what happens. And like, I know what people do. People watch my channel and they go, this guy lacks ambition. I want to be rich at 25. This guy's a bum. See ya. And then they come back 3-4 years later, because it happens every single day. And people message me and go, hey, Chris, sorry. I bought this course, realized I was wrong. It was between you and this guy. I went with him, realized I fucked up. I'm back. I'm going to join O&M. I'm going to lock in. I'm actually going to focus. And I'm going to do the real world, the real work that it takes, because I figured all this out now. Yeah, but now you're like 4 years behind. You fucked up and now you got to do it for another 4 and whatnot. Like, why didn't you just listen? But this is what people do. And people go, this kid's too realistic. This guy's too realistic. He's got no ambition. Look, I'm in the top 0.1% of owners in the world. I'm doing very well. But I just know this is my ambition level. This is where I currently am. That gap is fucking hard, man. That gap is hard without doing some illegal shit. It's hard to convince people to have a real business. You know, it's hard to convince people to want to join a real company and not go, hey, you can get rich quick if you buy my course today. When I'm saying, hey, you join O&M, you're going to network with all these guys, you're going to learn some stuff, you're going to travel the world, it might be 5-6 years, but you're going to end up having a sustainable business and you're going to have amazing memories. They're like, no, I kind of want the Lamborghini in Dubai. And you're like, yeah, I get it, but it's not going to work. It's like a complete false dream that gets sold to you. And then when I lay out like Mourinho being 41 years old before he made his major move to Chelsea, and he was 38 before he joined Porto, this is normal. This is a normal journey. This is how the average person does it. Success takes ages. Like, even Dana White, I told you guys before, Dana White was like 41 and broke in crazy debt, and then the UFC took off and he starts making crazy money. He even had 2 friends called the Fertitta brothers who invested in his company, and both of them were billionaires, and he went to school with them. Had he have not gone to school with them, we wouldn't know who Dana White is today. There's a huge element of luck. There's a huge element of patience. And there's no guarantee any of it's going to work. And you look at every success story, you can date it back to like, they did something dodgy. They got lucky. Like Mark Cuban, they interviewed him the other day. They're like, could you become a billionaire again? He was like, nah. He's like, you got to be lucky. He was like, through hard work, you can become a millionaire, but it takes a long time. He was like, but you got to get lucky to become a billionaire. And I bring you back, and I'll probably end it on this, the Brad Pitt speech from Fight Club, when he says we're all told that we're going to be rock stars, movie stars, and millionaires and whatnot. And now we're all finding out that kind of wasn't true, and we're all very pissed off about it. We're going to have a very pissed off generation of guys who believe that they got lied to. It's going to happen to you guys. I'm doing the thinking for you because I have more time than you. Just be very careful and just know how long this shit takes. We have this perception of success that it takes, like, if you just lock in for a year, if you go into it thinking it's going to take a year, one or two things is going to happen. You're going to get dunked on, number one, and you're going to be fucked. Number two, you're going to cut corners and you're going to make quick money, and then you're going to be fucked next year. Like, sustainability, go slow. Like, if you have 100K a year, don't go and buy a car. Like, it's funny because people are like, why has Chris not got a Lamborghini? Or what's it? I don't want one. I have no interest in buying one. I know it's hard for people to understand. I don't want one. There's a video, I'm making a big video on this soon. I'm going to rent one in Marbella, drive it around and show you how fucking useless they are. It's a security concern. Like, my girlfriend would just get kidnapped. Like, people are going to look out for my kids. Like, oh, there's that number plate. Let's track it. Where does he live? Okay, let's go and rob his house. He's clearly got money. I can't park it anywhere without thinking someone's kicked the wind mirror off, somebody's going to key it, somebody's going to scratch it. So then people go, well, I live in Dubai. Yeah, but then it's kind of meaningless because everyone's got one, and it's like, it's fucking expensive to live in Dubai, and it's like, do you really want to live there? I don't know, like, I don't want the cookie cutter life that everyone else has. I kind of want to do my own thing and have my own life and enjoy myself. Not saying it's a bad place, but I kind of just want my own shit. There's certain things that I want to be more low key. I don't want to be driving around in the loudest car that's only got 2 seats that I can't even pick my mum up from the airport in because she can't fit a suitcase in, and she finds it uncomfortable to ride in a car that was doing this for an hour. Like, it's just silly. You know, it's loud, 5 a.m. It's just like, I just have no interest. It doesn't tickle my fancy. Could I rent one for the day, drive it around, have some fun with the boys? Yeah. Would I buy one or release one for $3,000 a month? No, because it's pocket change. Like, I'm not interested. It's not something I aspire to because it's something that I can afford. It's like the camera's like $2,000 alone. The TV and the sofa behind me and all the furniture. Like, this house, for fuck's sake, is worth like 6 times more than like a supercar. And you just think that's what I'd rather have. Like, I pay out more per month on staff. Like, my camera guy cost me like $3-4 a month on average. Why? Like, that's the same price as a Lamborghini. Actually, do you know what? Second thoughts. I'm joking. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like the O&M members are getting $3-4 worth of camera guy quality for their Instagrams, to their Hinge and whatnot. And they're like, we're filming all these vlogs. It's amazing. I spend more on flights than these kids do on their Lamborghinis. Like, I used to have an editor who had 4 clients in Dubai with more followers than I have on social media. By far, like 6, 7, 800,000 followers. And I paid him right away, like the next day, and he goes, wait, why did you pay me straight away? And I was like, because you've done the work. So he was like, I've got 4 clients in Dubai. And he goes, they've all got like McLarens and Lambos and whatnot. He said, they don't pay me for 2 months because they go, thanks for the footage you filmed. I now need to use that footage to make money to sell the course so I can pay you. Is that all right? I'll pay you in like 2-3 months when that course has made money because of the Lambo or the McLaren. I've just got the payments coming out for the McLaren. There's a real thing. Like, you guys need to switch on your brains and switch them on quick. You need to start thinking like Swiss. Do you know what I mean? You need to start thinking like people from Switzerland. Like that like 44-year-old guy that's making like $3 million a year and just drives like a normal Range Rover and you wouldn't even know he's got money, versus the kid in Dubai that you think's a millionaire, whereas in reality he's living month to month because he is going to be doomed, you're going to be doomed. Like, the reason it looks like quick money is because they have no money left. Like, that should scare you. Like, somebody's making $20,000 a month and spending 19.7 to keep up appearances so that he can make another 20. The kid who's making 50k per month and puts 49 into ads. You got to be careful, guys, because what people are claiming and what they're presenting to you on the surface versus what is actually happening in real life are 2 completely different stories. And success takes a lot longer than what is being advertised online. Like, it takes a long time. That's why I always say to you guys, watch the old guys, watch what they did, watch Sam Walton. You know, watch how they structured their businesses, how he was in a plane flying over America, marking on a map where he should build the next locations and getting a tape measure and measuring the aisles of competitors to see if they had more space and why customers were more satisfied. How they arrange things by the kiosk so that they can make more sales on the way out. Study that stuff. Study real business. That's how long it takes. Getting all these little tips. Like, you look at Ray Kroc from McDonald's. Like, I'm pretty sure that guy was in his 50s before he got hold of McDonald's and started making crazy money. Now, people will go, yeah, but Chris, we're in the internet era. It's quicker now. It's true. It is true, and having an audience is a cheat code. But as everybody does it, it becomes harder and harder. Like, you couldn't do what the OnlyFans girls are doing 20, 30 years ago. Like, they're making killer money now. They'll never do it again. However, they're going to be old. There's new young girls coming in. Their money's just going to dilute. It's going to drop. Now, if they're smart, they've got enough money, they've reinvested it, they'll be fine. But I'm just saying it's not a real business. It's a cash grab strategy. And that's what a lot of you guys are trying to build. Is like, this time next year, if I sell 50 courses, I could do this and I could do that and I could do that and reinvest it in that, blah, 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 blah. I'll be a millionaire. You're like, yeah, but what if that doesn't happen? Yeah, but it's fine because I'll take this loan and this guy said that this worked for him, so it's going to work for me too. It doesn't work like that. It's almost like watching UFC and going, he beat him, so he's definitely going to beat him. Some reason it doesn't check out, some reason it doesn't work. You can't just copy and replicate other people's results. You tend to get the same people watching content as well. People say, I just copy his content and I'll do as well. And I got the same view. I got 200k views as well. Just copy, bro. And you go, yeah, but you're getting the same sloppy viewed people. You're getting the same 200 people that just sit there watching content all day that enjoyed the last version of that video. They're watching the same one. They never take action and they're all broke. Like, what you see on the surface, like metrics, vanity metrics, loads of views, Lamborghini, none of it's real. It's not real business. You look at any real world scenario person, it takes them a lot of time. It takes them, like, they're in their 30s, they're in their 40s, many in their 50s. And, you know, it just, I'm not telling you to slow down. I'm telling you to go as quick as you can, to put the effort in. But I'm also telling you, you don't have a lot of control over how it goes. Like I said right now, I want to drop, 300k on this place in London. And everybody around me is telling me, mate, don't do that. My girlfriend's telling me, don't do that. She was like, do you know how many times you've been let down by these guys? And I'm like, yeah, it's true, but then it makes the product better. And she's like, the product's already 1,000% better than anything else on the internet. And I'm like, it's true. She's like, you got Barcelona VIP seats. You have a resort that people can stay at here. You do 10 trips per year to the best houses in the world. If they were going to join, they'd join, but they don't have the money. So you're just going to waste your own money. And then everyone's going to laugh when you've got nothing left. And I was like, yeah, okay, good point. So I have to wait. I have to continue until people realize what we're actually doing with O&M. And they realize that O&M work is available and stuff like that. And it's just like, there's a difference between patience and laziness. I told you guys this years ago. There's a difference between patience and laziness. Laziness is doing nothing, sitting on your hands and saying, the male advantage is coming. Chris said 45, most guys don't really succeed to anyway, so I'm going to do nothing. There's a difference, right? Don't think of it like that. I know there'll be people in the comments going, yeah, but I think the old Chris would have pushed. No, today's Chris is pushing harder than ever. I'm tired. I work my balls off every day. I do more work now than ever. But you've got to have patience because I can't control everything. I can't drag things to where I want them to go. It's just the marginal age. It just goes up. My skill set goes up. Time. Things take time. Reputation. You think like how many trips we've been on already. We'll do another 10 to 12 this year. We'll do Barcelona VIP seats. I'll finish this place with the pool heater and the whatever that comes in. The sauna and the hot tub and whatever. I'll probably put a pool table in here. I'll then show it to you guys and you go, whoa, I didn't realize it was that good. You'll see Barcelona VIP seats. You'll realize they're real with my logo on it. You'll see the next 10 trips. You'll be like, whoa, this is incredible. Look at this group. This is phenomenal. You'll join the free school community. You'll go in. You'll see all the members in O&M work. I'll pass some stuff down to you, post some stuff and go, look how this has happened. Look how this is getting on. And you'll see it. You'll see the system. You'll see how you can move up the academy system from free to paid to living your dream life. So it's education, work, lifestyle, which is how life works in general. And you'll go, okay, this is making sense to me now. I'm getting it. And then it will take 2 or 3 more years for me to convince everybody. And then it will take 5 years for you guys to get enough money on board. That's a sustainable business model. That's how you do it. But you don't make this like quick money online and if I could just sell one NFT, if I could just do one meme coin, it's like, yeah, but those guys never learn anything. Those guys lose all their money so quickly. Do you know all the richest guys I know who have made money quick online that are young get dunked on by women and they're all going to lose their money through marriage. Like their net worth's going to get absolutely smacked. They've all got supercars and they're losing value by the day. And if their business models completely collapse, they have nothing left. You know, they're all selling a course to other people that teaches them how to do what they do. Well, now you're going to have too much competition, so it's not going to work. And then other people are going to sell a course because you've done a mastermind on how to sell a course. You've given away all your best secrets. Your time is limited. Do you see what I mean? There's not real business models. Like everyone thinks money's quick. Life is long. Okay, don't try and make money for the next 2-3 years. Many thinking decades are dangerous. Try and build something sustainable that's still going to be here in 10-20 years. Otherwise, you're going to be the guy that popped off, made all this money, has nothing left, and making here's what I learned from losing all my money video. Like, I see this every day now. I've seen one guy, I think his name is Jordan Welch or something. He's made 3 of these. There's so many of these guys, they've made 3 of these videos. How I lost all my money and rebuilt it back. It's like, fuck, man, how are you losing all your money? This is ridiculous. I'm going to end because my voice is fucked. But guys, take my advice, please. Like, whether you hate me or love me, take my advice because you're all going to be doomed in the future. And I worry about you guys. But go and join free community. It will take you from, it's called O&M Education. It will take you from practice to theory. Get you out of the house, get you doing things, pushing your comfort zone barriers, you know, watching the right movies that you need to watch to change your mindset. I've got some valuable lessons in there about how to manage your finances and what cities to live in around the world and stuff like that. Where the future of the world is going to go. It's all free. There's loads of content in there. I'd probably say there's like 50 50 hours of content in there or something, just in the free one. You could just fly through. It's like a 42-day challenge. By the end of it, you'll be a much better man. So go and check it out. There's no commitment. See what you think. Community's great. Been talking to the guys. There's a lot of killers in there making a lot of money. But that's the people who take action. But guys, appreciate you. Catch you all later.